You know the drill, folks, when the ref warns the wrestling heel with the foreign object over and over and over again without actually doing anything. Hey, Crusher, I've warned you 8 times to drop that weapon, and if you use it again, well, I'm going to warn you a 9th time to stop. Hey, folks, we've just had our first unofficial victory regarding our Fight the Fines campaign. Now, as you may know, last month we launched our new website called fightthefines.com. We reached out to you, our viewers, to ask if you might be one of those citizens who have been nailed with a $880 ticket for supposedly violating COVID-19 safety protocols. We've had dozens and dozens and dozens of responses, and the vast majority of you have demonstrated that there has indeed been an overzealous approach by law enforcement and bylaw officers in terms of financially penalizing honest tax-paying citizens. The success story I want to pass along is the tale concerning Henry Hildebrandt, the pastor at the Church of God in Elmer, Ontario. You see, last Sunday, for the 3rd Sunday in a row, Pastor Hildebrandt conducted a service at the church, but he did so in the safest way imaginable when it came to social distancing. That's because the congregants didn't go inside the church, but rather they remained in their cars with the windows rolled up. Hildebrandt's service was then broadcast via a radio frequency. There wasn't even a passing of the collection plate in order to further prevent unnecessary social contact. Oh, but that wasn't good enough for the Elmer Police Service. Here, check out what Pastor Hildebrandt had to say to us last Monday.
I think it's very clear, and I think it will become more clear as it goes through the courts. We broke no law. What we broke yesterday was a local chief's interpretation of the law.
Well, guess what, folks? I think that thanks merely to our coverage of this egregious, overreaching act of law enforcement, we've had a positive effect without even spending $1 on legal fees. Because yesterday, after 5 days of dithering, the Elmer Police Service decided that no charges would be laid whatsoever. So at this point, I would like to give a big shout out to the Elmer Police for, well, doing the right thing. Maybe they concluded, as most reasonable people presumably have, that nothing dangerous in terms of spreading the Wuhan virus occurred at the Church of God parking lot last Sunday. Or maybe they simply deemed that the negative publicity was just downright toxic for them. Who knows? But they did indeed do the right thing by not charging anyone. As for an epilogue on the Church of God saga, that will play out in less than 48 hours. You see, Pastor Hildebrandt will be conducting another service this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. For its part, the Elmer Police maintain that the parking lot gathering is, quote, in violation of the emergency order enacted to prevent the spread of COVID-19. With this decision and education, we anticipate that the Church of God organizers and parishioners will respect the emergency order in place to minimize the risk to their parishioners and community, end quote. Oh, come on, Elmer Police. You know, at this point, you are hovering dangerously close to professional wrestling referee territory in terms of credibility. You know the drill, folks, when the ref warns the wrestling heel with the foreign object over and over and over again without actually doing anything. Hey, Crusher, I've warned you 8 times to drop that weapon, and if you use it again, well, I'm going to warn you a 9th time to stop. In other words, guys, just drop it already. The Church of God is doing nothing dangerous in terms of the potential spread of the Wuhan virus. And if you have to clamp down on the Church of God, then you know what? You're going to have to crack down on the Walmarts and Costcos of the community too. So please kindly move on. Surely there is something far more deserving of police resources. For Rebel News, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Folks, have you been given a ticket unfairly by bylaw or law enforcement when it comes to these COVID-19 safety precautions? If so, go to fightthefines.com, tell us your story, and if we think you do have a good story, we'll go to bat for you in a court of law. We will crowdfund your legal fees, And folks, if you don't have a story to tell and you'd like to help us crowdfund those legal fees, please make a donation, if you can, at fightthefines.com.